Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do an energy update for the collective and tune into what we need to know right now. If you have found this video, if the title called to you, it's for you. And it's mid-October right now as I record this. We just went through a 10-10 portal, a full moon in Aries. The energy is definitely intense. Maybe that's just because I'm an Aries. So I definitely got hit hard. So I just want to see what we need to know. And if you are new here, the way this works, I'm consciously channeling. So I've got the guides all around me and I am sharing what I'm hearing and seeing and what we need to know. So we'll see what messages are in here for you as I channel and pull some cards. I'll also remind you that I'm opening up my energy healing training. I work with an energy called Ahai. It works from the 7th dimension. That's where it's anchored in from. And if you have been wanting to get attuned to an energy to use for yourself or to send to other people, check out Ahai training. It is the energy I work with. I use it for everything in my life. I use it to clear my space and set up my cards and my whole situation. When I do these readings, I use it to open up my spiritual gifts, reactivate dormant DNA, all that fun stuff, take care of my physical body. I've replaced a lot of supplements with energy work. I use it to make business decisions. So it's powerful stuff. We'll put the link in the description below, and I run that once or twice a year. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so before I pull anything, right now there's a big transition state, a big transition state, and it feels like you're either getting to the end of your rope, because these are the different ways it will manifest. You're getting to the end of the rope, like with yourself, like, and this has been this theme for the last few months, like, and everybody is getting to this point at a different time of, when am I really at the point where I'm over my own bullshit? When am I really done with my own bullshit? All of these little patterns that aren't serving us, that, you know, we're just doing different versions of the same stuff, or we keep talking about it, or it's frustrating us and we're not actually making any changes. It's like that can only go on for so long. And the tipping point, there's a huge tipping point at the end of this month, because as we shift into November and next year, there's so many personal and spiritual activations and just like really new identity shifts. Like, there's no room to be inauthentic, and there is no room really to keep closing our hearts. I'll say there's no room for us to keep holding on to patterns that aren't serving us anymore. And so whatever that has been for you, of like where you are in your own way again and again and again, you're not opening up. You know, this is the place where you need to expand, where you need to put yourself out there, where you need to open up your heart, where you need to take that risk in business, in life, whatever it is. And you have all these stories and excuses, you know, and maybe there's some healing work to be done. And it's like, you've known that's been there and you still haven't made any actual shifts. Like, maybe you've tried different things and then you back away. This is the month where you are either going to finally have that aha moment, or you're going to be sent people who really show you that now is the time. And that might come through rejection from certain people. That might come through people coming into your life who are rejecting you, and you're like, oh my God, I created that because I wasn't stepping up. That might also come through people who inspire you and motivate you, like that right person who's just an activator. We have different contracts with activators in our lives. When we are ready to take, oh my God, my ear, woo! When we are ready to step into our next level, the universe will deliver the people in our lives who are there to give us a little kick in the butt and activate us. Maybe they give us certain information. Maybe they just give us realizations. Maybe they are expanders for us. They inspire us through the way that they show up, the way they communicate, whatever it is. So you might be having those people enter your life right now. With that is also conflicts and things with people in your life who are no longer serving you. So, and that can come as a surprise. This is the thing that's hard about a quantum leap. It's, you know, the same way what got us here can't get us there. The people who got us here won't necessarily come with us there. And that doesn't have to mean people are bad or wrong, but there are weird things that can happen before you're taking a quantum leap, where your social circle can rearrange, because the universe is trying to make sure that the people who actually can support you and see you in this next level are going to be in your life. And there might be people that you do not expect who maybe aren't going to be with you in this next season. You know, so that's where weird behavior can come up. There's a lot of triggers. So a lot of triggers are going to manifest for us if we have unresolved energies or patterns or behaviors that aren't serving us. It's a lot of triggers that are going to come up to teach us where we need to look. So pay attention to that and notice, like, the universe is going to just blow it up in your face. Like, there could be some type of weird disagreement with somebody in your life, or a random, like, you're randomly fired or something like that, or like somebody pops in, you have this intense relationship and then they exit, you know what I mean? Like, it's so interesting because they're like, it actually teaches you through experiences like this to see the world in such a different way, to see relationships on that soul contract level of, these are all just players in the game. And if it's my video game, like, who's popping in and what are they here to teach me? Or how are they here to expand me? And so I feel like you're going to have this weird moment, you know, you're going to look back in 6 months, you're going to be like, was that even a real person, or was that just the universe sending in someone who's part of the simulation to, like, you know, fuck shit up a little bit and teach me what I need to know. But it's really like, the energy right now is, if you have not stepped into the mission, like, let's go. Like, there is no more time to waste. And so we're dilly-dallying, or I'm too scared. It's like, you have to step into the mission. You have to. And so whoever or whatever is going to push you there is going to come into your reality, unless you go willingly, right? It's when we're not listening to the signs, and the universe will send somebody in to, like, come on, let's go. It's really time to focus on alignment, being unapologetically ourselves, claiming what we really desire, and going for that mission. Like, where are we hiding from our mission? Where are we not admitting what we're really here to do? Where are we, I can't be that person. What are people going to think of me? This is the moment where we have to step into it, and things in our lives are not going to work when we're avoiding the mission. And this is what's really important. They want you to understand that every area of your life is connected. And so if you are not on track with the mission, or if you're getting any type of message about something that you need to be doing for your highest and best, or a part of the mission you need to be doing, or something, it's like, look in this direction. This is the area for you to heal and to grow, and you are just avoiding it. This can look like things falling apart in work, in your career. This can look like relationships falling apart. It can feel like, how come I can never find somebody who really meets me on my level? It can look like physical body issues. Like, things will not work because we're not in alignment, right? And so the call really is, everywhere we've been working really hard, and that can be in your career, that can be with your health, that could be in relationships. It's like, I'm trying so hard and I'm getting barely anything back. Why are we continuing? Why are you continuing? That's the redirection. The universe is like, redirect. Let's go. It's because if it was working in that direction, you would never make a shift. So we're being prompted to make a shift. Okay, first cards. Go with the flow. Get back into balance. Recall your dreams. So anywhere where you're out of balance is going to be really brought to the forefront right now. So if you have been too far in one direction of your life and you need some more balance in the opposite, sometimes it's easier to, like, actually swing to the other side of the pendulum to even things out, but it's going to be very apparent to you, and that might be reflected to you in certain relationships. Like this, it could be the kind of thing where you go out on a date with somebody, or you meet up with somebody for coffee, and they say something where they say something to the effect of, like, wow, like, you, like, work too much. I don't know if this can work out. You know, that kind of thing. We're like, oh shit. That just really got in my way. Because it's not just, for a long time, it has been you getting in your own way, and then you're going to realize, oh, whoa, this isn't just, like, in my own head. This is actually holding me back. You're really going to realize the cost of you hiding from your mission, or hiding from your truth, or not doing the healing work that we are here to do. You're going to realize the cost. Getting back into balance, going with the flow. They're saying, like, we are guiding you lovingly into, like, the current. It's like there's a river and there are two different directions to go, and you're trying to go left, and the universe is like, go right. And if you just release the resistance and you just let yourself swim with the stream, like, let it take you wherever it needs to go, you're going to go on the most aligned path, the highest, most aligned path, the easiest, most aligned path where you can get there faster. But our egos, our brains, like to think about the whole thing. We want to make, like, we make so many decisions from our heads. Our heads are not the best place to actually make decisions from. Look at your human design chart. What's your authority? That's a great place to start in terms of learning to make decisions where your body is telling you what's in alignment, because our heads like to process things and create stories, and we can overthink it and then actually self-sabotage. So tuning into your body, your intuition, and going with that, but it's actually the path of the most flow and ease and grace. And, you know, something that's going to really pop up for people right now is where we are uncomfortable with things being easier, where the universe is trying to create more space for you, and we're addicted to being busy, so we keep filling up the space. right? So we're going to realize where we are still in these unhealthy addictions. There's this energy of like unhealthy addictions. And we can have addictions to substances. We can have addictions to our health routines. We can have addictions to our friends. We can have addictions, of course, to technology, right? We can have all kinds of addictions. We can have addictions to those patterns that aren't serving us anymore. Why do we keep doing that? Why are we in that pattern, that groove? You're stronger than the pattern that's not serving you anymore. With conscious awareness and intention, you can shift the energy. You are that powerful. Right? And they're saying it is not about trying harder or working harder or trying to figure it out. It is, what would it look like for me to just follow the flow of what's feeling good, of what's working, of where the universe is guiding me, right? Really tuning back into our body's wisdom is the real call right now. It feels like, and you might be feeling this, we're being pushed to go really inward, especially this month. It's a Universal 7 month, which is a very inward introspective time. And so that can come in so many ways. Like you could be physically exhausted, your friends could be annoying the hell out of you, stuff could be happening in your career. Like the universe is going to set things up so that you're kind of forced to go inward and reflect. And sometimes it is through somebody coming into your life who inspires you to reflect a bit more. If you're the kind of person who sits there and you're like, I don't even know what to think about. Sometimes the universe will send you somebody who's going to help you reflect more. And maybe that's me. Maybe that's this video, right? Like what's really serving me. So we're being forced to go inward to really tap into our intuition and to see like what is really lighting us up, what intuitively feels like the right move. And there's this beautiful opportunity to really start to discern what's the difference between my ego want, my soul desire. What's the difference between my head thinking that I want to do XYZ versus my intuition telling me to do XYZ. Because I will tell you, I know a lot of people who think that their intuition is telling them to go this direction, and it's not their intuition, right? And sometimes we have to actually have that experience of, oh, my intuition is telling me this, so I'm going to go this way. And then we get into it and it blows up, and you look back and you're like, wait, why didn't that work out? Was that really your intuition though? Or was that your ego? Was that your mind? Was that what you thought made sense? Was that what you were more comfortable with? Are we just, continuing a different version of the same pattern? Or was it your intuition guiding you into that experience where it blew up so you realized, oh wait, what was I meant to learn here about like what I think I'm attracted to? And what I'll say is I talk about this a lot in different contexts, but it's like our attraction barometer needs to be reset. It's really interesting to see what people are attracted to. And that's in terms of people, in terms of romantic relationships, in terms of friendships, but also just it could be food, it could be anything. And where our barometers are off, And so I say it that way because it's like, I think I'm going 50 miles an hour when I'm only going 20 because I'm set at 30 as my zero. So we are like resetting those points. And it's just this energy of like, I keep trying and then you get there and you're like, the lesson is the thing that I thought I wanted all along isn't giving me what I really need. It's not fulfilling me. Like, I think I want this type of relationship. I want this type of person. I want this in my career. I want to feel this way. I want to work for this company. Whatever it is. And you get there and you're like, I don't even feel fulfilled. And this is going to come up with body for a lot of people, really shifting our relationship with our physical body. You think that you want your body to look a certain way, and then you get there and it's like, you're still not happy. You're still not secure. Happens, Same thing with relationships. It's like, I really want this type of person, or I want to date this specific person. And then you get there and you're like, wait, why isn't this giving me what I want? Right. And so we're really going to be slapped in the face with where we are bullshitting ourselves, thinking if we get something that our ego thinks that we want, that it's going to fix all of our problems. It's like, that's not going to fix all of your problems. You're going to fix all of your problems by looking inward and doing the healing work and shifting your perception and getting to know yourself. The answer is going to be getting to know yourself, right? Recall your dreams. Dream space is going to be really active this month for sure. And, I'll say also, like, really reconnect with the inner child. It's like when I was a kid, there's this reconnection with our childlike innocence. And, like, when you were a kid, what did you desire? Like, what made you feel good? And there's this really important point right now that's available when we spend more time alone and when we really, do some introspective work of like, man, I used to love that when I was a kid. Why don't I do that anymore? Or when I was a kid, these little things brought me joy. And if you think about how, kids relate and how loving they are and how excited they are, where along the way did I become so serious or judgmental or so worried about what everybody thought? And it's actually really in reconnecting with our inner child. They're saying a lot of inner child reconnection is going to be important this month. That we get to experience some of those perspectives again that we actually should bring into our lives as adults. You know, that can be really, really expansive and just freeing and liberating. You know, kids just run around, they do their thing. If they mess up, they don't give a shit. They laugh it off. You know, if somebody says they don't want to be their friend, it's like you cry for 5 seconds and then you move on because you saw a butterfly and you start chasing it. That's the kind of energy it is, you know? So I actually want to, no, we're going to do this. That's a bit of what's coming up. They're saying very loudly, you need to know that the people that you need are being sent to you. You need to know that the people that you need are being sent to you. Don't overlook anybody. Be very open, and you're going to have to be brave in terms of maybe you're going to realize that things that you thought were super resonant aren't going to be resonant anymore. Spiritual gifts want to reopen up if you've been feeling disconnected from your intuition. They're like, it's time to really reconnect with your guides, with your angels. This is about healing. This is really about healing. Closure. Forgiveness. Animals. I'm getting a cat soon. I'm super excited. She's so cute. Animals. Animal connection. There's also this thing around touch, you know, that is coming up so strongly in every direction right now of like, are you getting enough touch? Most of us don't get enough touch. Like touch between people, with animals, if you have pets, is super, super important and super healing. So I would really lean into that touch. If you can, you know, if it's a partner or if it's a friend, it's like, please just like stroke my hair and hold my head. It's amazing. It's super healing. Forgiveness and closure. This goes back to like, so when we're still holding grudges, we're resentful, we're hurt, we create beliefs that we live from or patterns that we live from to protect ourselves. It's like that person said that one thing to me and now I have a little chip on my shoulder, and so now I'm going to live this way so nobody ever says that to me again. Or I'm going to protect my heart and I'm not going to let myself be emotionally intimate with people ever again because I don't want somebody to say that same thing. You know, so whatever way we were hurt, what are the beliefs or the patterns, the behaviors, or the way that we show up that were created as a way of adjusting ourselves so that wouldn't happen again, as a protection mechanism. And what we're going to realize is, okay, I did this for so long to try and protect myself, and now it's getting in my own way. Like there is this cracking, there's this crumbling, there is this like, we cannot, like, you can't keep living from it anymore. You can't keep living from the hurt, from the wound, from the anger. Right? It's like you're living 75% of your life, of what's available to you. Like it's the time for us to experience depth. That's depth of all emotions. That's depth with love. And sometimes you have to feel your hurt. You have to feel the low frequency emotions to feel the intensity of love and gratitude and joy and appreciation, you know? So noticing like, where am I blocking my emotions? Where am I not letting myself fully open up? What am I doing as a way to distract myself or protect myself, not put myself out there in whatever way it is? Where did that stem from? Who was the person who said that thing or did that thing and then I shifted? And this month is really about going into those moments. And it's about recognizing those moments where we contracted and going into that space. This is the inner child healing, and doing that healing work and recognizing, oh my gosh, from that space, I was hurt, I felt this emotion, and so I created this mechanism, but it's not serving me anymore. And so what is the new belief? What is the new pattern? What is the new behavior? What's the way I'm going to move forward from this healed space? Like this is really going to come up. And part of that is closure. Part of that is forgiveness. It's like, if you're still operating from that wound, you haven't forgiven, you haven't closed it. The energy is still open. And so we're going to see this in all different types of directions. Any relationships where there's still an energetic cord or that need to go are going to be brought to light. And so this has a very Mercury retrograde kind of feel of like exes coming back around, friends coming back around, weird patterns coming back up. Like stuff's going to pop up where it's like, okay, this is not going to work. You know, it just feels like a lot of, oh shit moments. I wasn't realizing what was right in front of me. And also all of the cords that need to be cut, all of the like energetic openings that need to be closed. Cause that's what we do. It's so interesting. It's like we run around and we like open energies and then we like bounce off and we never close it. We never close cycles, which is why it can feel like we can't move on to the next thing. You know, I have that channel of cycles in human design. And so it's going to be extra exaggerated for somebody like me. Maybe you have that, but even if you don't, it's still a thing energetically for everybody of like, if I I'll give an example. So I've pivoted my business multiple times since I began. And I had to have a clear energetic closure of the previous version of it. I was about to say previous incarnation of my business in order for the next one to really move. And I had a moment where I made a pivot and it was like nothing was, like the energy wasn't coming with it. And I'm like, what's going on? I know this is in alignment. It was because I hadn't actually closed the old chapter. So what chapters need to be fully closed? What are you holding on to that's from an old version of you, right? Where are you still like holding on to stuff from your ex energetically, like following them on social media? Where are you still holding on to physical objects that represent an old version of you? Where are you holding on to stuff or doing things that you used to do when you were sick or, you know, not as healthy, and now you're healed and it's like, why am I still doing this? Things like that. Or what about anyone that I've dated or been friends with and it was just like an awkward, like there was no closing, or an old job, you know, an old iteration of your business, an old career where you just like left and went on to the next. Like all of those energetic openings need to be closed. Have a ceremony, have a ritual, have a funeral, have a goodbye party. Like that ritual is really powerful for actually closing the energy so that we can move on, because otherwise it's like part of my energy is still dispersed in the old thing that I don't want anymore, and I can only bring in a certain amount into the new thing. So then I feel like I don't have any energetic momentum to build that new thing. This lighting is just not working for me. And so then it feels like I'm dragging, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and how come I'm not getting traction in this new direction? And that can be true in relationships, in romantic relationships, like friendships. I would say the biggest places it's going to come up are in career. It could be living situation or romantic relationships. It's like if you have something hasn't been closed, like it's just an awkward, like I just left. You know, there wasn't any final like goodbye or this is our closure or this is the conversation. That could be with careers as well, or even living spaces. Like it's so important to say goodbye to your living space and like welcome in the new one. Like having those initiations of closing and opening are a game changer energetically. This is super important. It's something I see all the time in my practice around why energy is not moving. And I'm like, well, part of you is still hanging out in this other experience. That person still is holding on to your energy. And it's like, this has got to be closed for that new person, that new experience to really come in, or for you to fully jump into that and experience all of the beautiful things within it, right? Like to be fully in the present. And that's what we're really being called to do. It's like, where are we not living fully in the present? We're being taught that in so many directions, you know, and even like in how we judge people or experience people. It's like, can you allow somebody to come into your life and see them as whoever they are right now, however they're showing up, like this is who they are, and you're not judging them based on who they were last year or last month. It's like giving people room to change. Can we actually learn forgiveness? I just really think as a society, this is like the biggest lesson. People have a hard time forgiving, and it's time we really shift that. It really is. Like you can never heal if you can't forgive. You can never heal if you can't forgive, because you're still holding energy for that experience. You're still holding on to hurt. When you forgive is when you release the hurt. And in this introspective month, all of those places where we haven't healed, like that, it all has to come up, because you cannot hit your next level. Like that thing that you're manifesting that's so big, that's so close, any loose ends, and that can even be with yourself. You know, this isn't stuff you don't have to necessarily talk to that person, but like, have you cried about it? Have you actually admitted how you really felt? Or do you just, what we do is we bypass it emotionally. Like we just move on. It's like, oh, that really hurt. I'm so pissed. I'm so angry. And we say that I'm so angry, I'm so annoyed, and then we just move on the next day, and it's like, whatever. And then 5 months later, there's still a piece of us that didn't actually release the emotion or close the energy or express how we really felt. And so this whole like bypassing our emotions and just pretending like, it's not gonna be there forever. It's just really, truly not gonna work anymore. Okay, so let's just do final. What do we need to know? Rest of October. What is the energy? Just finishing up with some tarot, because tarot. Okay. Oh. This is good. Wow. Okay. Emperor in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse, King of Cups in reverse. We've got so many reverse cards. So what this is about anywhere where you have, it's like things that haven't been quite right. Like something is feeling off, you're feeling maybe sad or annoyed or bored. It's like why can't I catch my stride? By the end of the month, if you do this work, like you're gonna catch your stride. You're gonna realize the thing, like the universe is screaming at you, do this, like go in this direction. And you're like overlooking that thing or thinking it's too hard or thinking it's not possible for you, or just like you're scared of it. You're scared of it. You're scared of it. And so we're finally gonna get the courage to like go for the damn thing, say the damn thing, do the damn thing. That energy is going to shift, which is really positive. Also, anywhere where you've been feeling like it's like conflict ending, struggles with money and health, or it's all of this stuff, if you've been feeling like you've been dragging, that is going to come to a completion. There's like this energy, it's like, what is it? It's not like a chaotic energy, but it just feels like a lot of stimulation, a lot of like, this isn't quite right. I can't quite catch my stride. I'm feeling people, it feels like a gossipy energy, honestly, like a gossipy talking about like, and I feel like a lot of that energy, like people talking, people's judgments, what are people thinking, like you're going to have to hit the point. You're going to hit the point where it's like, I actually don't have the energy or the time to give a shit anymore. And even though I gave a shit for so long, because I'm realizing what it's costing me. And you might have to be the person that goes first in that scenario. If that's a cycle with people in your life, which it usually is, right? The people we're around often in like similar cycles, you might have to be the one, like you can't wait for somebody else to stop. You're going to have to be like, yo, I am going in a different direction because this is costing me love. This is costing me money. This is costing me my health. This is costing me my peace. This is like, no matter how old you are, you're too old to wake up every day and not love your life and not experience love and joy and play, right? And fulfillment and purpose. Like, it's like, I just don't have time for it anymore, right? And I'm recognizing that I need to find that fulfillment within myself. And so it feels like a lot of this stuff is really going to turn around if you learn these lessons, because a lot of these weird conflicts or drama or like, God, this bickering energy, I don't like this. Health issues, feeling exhausted or tired or weird symptoms, feeling like this confusion feeling, all of that has been because the universe is trying to scream at you to say that thing, do that thing, talk to that person, take that leap. And so when you do it, there we go. It's interesting because we have a lot of, what I'm going to say is, there's so many king cards here. This is about actually softening into our feminine. This is like a feminine energy and feminine, masculine energy. We all have both. So it's not about sex or gender. It's about our creativity, our emotional realm, our intuition. And so this month is a call to like where we have been more in our masculine and thinking about it and planning and like even when we're in our divine masculine, our healed masculine, it's actually there. It's a call to shifting the other direction. So everybody, it's this exploration of how safe do I feel in my feminine energy? Am I allowing myself to receive love and money and compliments and abundance? Am I following my intuition? Am I trusting my inner voice? Am I allowing my heart space to be seen and felt and heard? Am I expressing that? Am I allowing myself to receive that from other people? So what this really is it's about, if you want to manifest all the things that you desire, if you want to feel the way you want to feel in your life, this is about shifting into your feminine for everybody this month. And that is also that very introspective, like numerology 7 type of energy that we're having through this month. That's how you're going to have the insights, the realizations. It's like when I get really into my feminine and I rest more, I relax, I sleep a lot, I'm like just being by myself, I'm in my own energy, I'm checking with my intuition, I'm journaling, I'm doing my healing stuff. All of that, you're just going to notice my body feels better. My brain fog is gone. I'm less exhausted. I'm having insights. Like suddenly it becomes clear. And wherever you've been distracting yourself or you've been so much like taking action, doing, thinking, that has been what has been blocking you from receiving the information that you need to receive. And some of that you've been afraid. You've been afraid to receive. Can't do it anymore. But you know where we end up? We end up with the Lovers, which can be in relationship coming together. For a lot of people, relationships will come together because it is that softening, that realization. There's this heart healing that's available. We go inward and we're like, wait, what I thought I wanted in a relationship, I actually want something totally different. And it just feels like for a lot of people, the way that you've been dating or approaching that, or even approaching your current relationship, it's not fulfilling enough. And it's like, how long are you going to keep doing a different version of the same thing? And you're going to realize, I need this different type of person. I need to show up in this different way. I have to actually open up my heart. I can't keep playing these games, or like, I can't keep just doing the same stuff. I need to communicate with my partner about what I really want and need. Like, you're going to have to be in a different energy, and you're going to realize, oh, I'm never going to get what I thought I wanted from that old energy. And so you have the opportunity to finally shift in that energy and actually receive what you want. But this is also a card about a choice, right? This is like a choice, and that can come through very literally for a lot of people. This could be like, you have the opportunity to leave everything you've built and take this new job or build this new company, right? Or you're in a great relationship, and then you meet somebody and you're like, wait, why do I feel more connected to this person, right? It's like where the fork in the road will come, and part of that is what that really is energetically, because it might not come in literally, but for a lot of people it will, is who am I choosing to be? Like, by the end of this month, this whole month is about like, okay, you're going to get all the lessons, all the prep, all the people. And at the end of the month, it's like, here's your choice. You got all the information you needed. Are you going to keep running from who you really are? Or are you going to be who you really are? Are you going to own who you really are? And are you going to own what you really want and claim that? And be that version of you? Are you willing to make that choice, to make that shift, to show up differently? That is the call. That is the choice, right? Who am I going to be? And this month is going to show you everything you need to know if you are paying attention. So it really is like, they're saying it's a choice. Am I going to keep settling? Am I going to keep playing these games? Am I going to keep feeding into my old bullshit? Am I going to keep acting for my wounds? Am I going to continue to shut my heart and not allow people in? Am I going to allow myself to keep settling and not go after my dreams? Like, who do I want to be? And there's going to be a moment by the end of this month where you get to decide, like, and you get to take an action, right? So it's like, when I'm choosing the highest version of myself, the most expanded version of myself, I'm going to take that leap. I'm going to go for that thing. And that's what we get to do this month. Very, very powerful month. So leave a comment below if this resonated. Let me know what's going on for you. Big shifts and changes. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already, if you do enjoy this video, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, so that you never miss a future one. Don't forget, if you do enjoy channel messages like this, check out my membership, the Channel Collective. A huge library of channel messages, all of my most updated stuff. It's where I'm most active, and the best way to work with me. We do Q&A calls, we do monthly energy healing sessions, and of course, all of the channeled information and trainings on intuition, manifestation, all the fun stuff. So check it out. Link will be in the description below, and I'll see you in a future video.